bombshell investigation that could derail the candidacy of the Republican frontrunner for governor, Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam, facing calls to drop out of the race after news that his agency granted concealed weapons permits to hundreds of people who should have been denied. The Tampa Bay Times with the shocking report. Tens of thousands of concealed weapons permits in Florida approved with no national background checks done, as required by state law. Adam Putnam, the man who runs the agency responsible for doing those checks, the man running for governor who calls himself a proud NRA sellout. A staffer unable to log on to the computer system. She never told anyone but went about approving the permits anyway for more than a year. Hundreds of people, perhaps very dangerous people, getting permits that should have been denied them.
Adam Putnam has a responsibility to help keep Floridians safe. That apparently is part of his job, and he failed at it. That's why he should resign from office.
Congressman Ted Deutsch, whose district includes Parkland, not the only one calling for his resignation. In fact, every major Democrat running for governor putting out statements calling for Putnam to drop out of the race. Putnam's campaign releasing a statement saying that the negligence on the part of the employee impacted only 365 applications and that of those, 291 permits were revoked once a full check was completed. But clearly major political damage has been done to the Republicans' best hope to hang on to the governor's mansion in this year's election. Here's Politico's Mark Caputo on the CBS 4 News at 7.
Adam Putnam's campaign for governor is in total damage control, and he has to be, because one of his arguments for being elected is not only is he going to be the stronger general election candidate than Republican Ron DeSantis, whom he's running against, but that he understands how to run government. And he was in charge, his office was in charge of this agency, and this goes to the issue of core competence.
The Pulse nightclub massacre in Orlando taking place during the time period when these permits were blindly approved. Congressman Deutsch calling for a congressional investigation and calling on Governor Scott, who's now running for U.S. Senate, to hold Putnam accountable. Tonight, a spokesman for Governor Scott, McKinley Lewis, told me the governor's office was not given a copy of the report, but he refused to say when the governor was made aware of it or whether we would be weighing in on the background check debacle.